Morning. Thank you all for joining. We'll give just a moment to clear the waiting room. As a reminder, when you are entering from the waiting room, please do remain on mute unless or until you are providing testimony before the board. Good morning. This is a hearing before the licensing board for the city of Boston. Today is Tuesday, November 18th, 2025. Today's hearing is being held pursuant to temporary amendments to the open meeting law. That is what allows us to meet virtually. Today's hearing is being recorded and will be posted to the City of Boston's website. Before I review procedural matters, I will introduce Chairwoman of the Board, Kathleen Joyce.
Good morning. My name is Kathleen Joyce, Chair of the Boston Licensing Board. Today, I'm pleased to be joined by Commissioner Liam Curran and Commissioner Kiana Saxon.
Thank you very much. Please ensure that your audio and visuals are working properly if you will be providing testimony before the board this morning. I will call each item in the order that it appears on this morning's agenda. I will then ask who is present on behalf of the licensee, who is present on behalf of the Boston Police Department, and whether there are any other individuals with firsthand knowledge of the alleged incident who wish to testify. I will then swear in all parties. After that, the police report will be read into the record, and the licensee or their representative will have the opportunity to make a brief statement, followed by questions by the chair and commissioners. All testimony will be limited only to those individuals with firsthand personal knowledge of the alleged incident. We'll begin with the first item on this morning's agenda, calling item number 1, KNG Entertainment, LLC, doing business as Sidebar, located at 14 to 16 Bromfield Street. Date of the incident, August 17th, 2025. Assault and battery, staff versus patron, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A. Who is present on behalf of the licensee?
Hi, my name is Leigh Eunice. I'm the manager, and then Lonnie Fawn is also on here. She's the owner.
Great. Thank you very much. I do see both of you on the screen. Thanks for being with us. Who is present on behalf of the Boston Police Department?
I'm Boston Police Officer Guelph Barillas. I'm representation of Boston, at behalf of Boston Police Department from out of A7.
Great. Thank you very much. Are there any other individuals with firsthand knowledge of the alleged incident who wish to testify this morning? Can you all please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell, Ms. Fawn, if you could raise your right hand as well? Thank you. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
Great. Thank you. Officer, you as well?
I do.
Thank you very much. Officer Guapalbarias, if you could please read the report into the record for the board.
Alrighty. Just real quick. All right. About 1:58 a.m. on Friday, August 15th, 2025, officers Guelph Barillas and Castro assigned to Gold 101 Alpha responded to a radio call for a fight at 411 Chelsea Street.
Oh, sorry, officer. That's item number 3. We're on item number 1 right now. This is Sidebar.
Oh, okay. My apologies.
No worries. Who's present on behalf of the Boston Police Department for this item? There we go.
Sergeant Detective Gallagher will read it in if no one's here.
Thank you. Sergeant Gallagher, if you could please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you very much. If you could please proceed.
Yes, good morning. Sergeant Detective Gallagher, Boston Police. I'll be reading the Boston Police Incident Report written by Officer Daniel D. Desmaris on 8/17/2025 at about 2 a.m. Sergeant Detective Cole, Officer Desmaris, and Officer Wells and Officer Horan responded to Sidebar, 10 Bromfield Street, report of a fight with the male, later identified as Irvin Diaz, bleeding from the head. Officers arrived and observed Diaz lying on the ground outside Sidebar. Diaz had apparent injuries to the head. His face was swollen, laceration on his forehead, bleeding from his nose and mouth. Diaz was conscious and in the recovery position. Officer spoke to witness Tyler Nokunas, who explained that he was walking by and observed 2 black males approximately 6 feet tall and 6 feet tall and 5'8", wearing staff shirts, assaulting Diaz on the ground, but couldn't give any further description. Yakunas stated that he observed them kicking Diaz on the ground. Sergeant Detective Cole, Officer Desmarais went to the sidebar to speak with the parties inside. Officer Desmarais spoke with Adam Verdoni and Robert Devine, who stated that they were sitting at a table across from the bar when Diaz interacted with them. Devine was wearing a Boston Fire Department shirt, and Diaz began harassing the two parties about them being cops. Verdone and Devine stated that Diaz kept asking for badge numbers and continued to harass them about being cops until he was eventually escorted out of the sidebar by staff. Verdone and Devine stated that Diaz was brought outside by staff, couldn't elaborate more. Officer Desmarais spoke with Albert Long, the bartender, who stated Diaz was harassing Devine and Verdone. Diaz was told to stop and leave the establishment. Diaz refused to leave and continued to harass the two men until he was escorted out by staff. Officer Desmarais spoke with Robert Alvarez, staff, who stated that Diaz was harassing patrons inside the bar, refused to leave, and was escorted out by staff. Officer Desmarais spoke with Mateo De Beers, who was a barback. He stated he observed Diaz harassing people while he was going back and forth between the bar and the kitchen. Tavares stated that Diaz refused to leave and was escorted out by staff and couldn't give any more details. Irvin was transported by BEMS A1 to Tufts. Sergeant Detective Cole conducted a licensed premise number 022201. Officers spoke with Laney Fawn, owner manager, who stated that she was working and did not deserve the incident. Fawn stated that there were cameras inside the bar, but was unable to rewind them for the footage. Let's see if there's any more reports here. And that's all that's on those reports.
Thank you. Those are all the reports that we have as well. Ms. Yunez, Ms. Fan, would you like to address the alleged incident?
So I personally was in Florida at the time. Lonnie was there. But from my understanding is that once it got outside, I really don't know. Everybody's saying that he hit first and they don't really know who beat him up, but we did get emails from him asking us for money under the table for the incident. And since then, Philip Simon has he's slowed down working with us just because of the previous incident that we've had with him and with security. Like, we got the professional security team. He has taken a de-escalation class, and I believe he's taking anger management class. He's just going through some things, but I don't know what happened outside. We have no cameras and none of us were outside for it. We don't have cameras outside, sorry.
Okay, anything further from either you or Ms. Fan before?
Lonnie, I don't know if you have anything to add from being there, but that's what I have on my end.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Ms. Fan, you're on mute. I just asked you to unmute.
Okay. Hi, sir. So that night I was working at the front door. Because that night one of our the door guy was take a day off, so I was helping at the front door. So the whole night that person just back and forth, like it's very he not really, like he keeps yapping in his mouth, but I just at the front door. But when they happen, whatever outside, I was in the ladies' room downstairs. That's almost 2 o'clock. So the whole thing happened outside. I completely don't know what happened. When I run upstairs from the ladies' room, everybody already outside. So I cannot see anything really like happen outside at all. Just like I told the officer.
Thank you. We'll see if there are any questions at this point then, Chairwoman Joyce.
So, is this person, Mr. Diaz, still working there?
No, that wasn't Mr. Diaz. It was Philip Simon was the only one. That was neat. One of the people that was there, but he didn't have anything to do with it. But that's the only one that we've had incidents with in the
Oh,
past that we have taken care of. But other than that, like none of the staff really gets into trouble
Um,
like that. And we didn't see what happened
I'm
outside.
sorry. Yes, I'm so sorry. I missed one part. There is so when everything is happened, so we have some witness. They stay outside was smoking with that person. They will say he he literally that come outside, but always say like think that oh he have a problem with this person, that person. So obviously that person have it's just
sure. So
something.
what happened internally after this incident? I imagine as manager or staff,
We reviewed.
did you get witness statements? Did you talk to your staff? Did you write anything down? We've rescheduled this now, so I thought we would have had somebody here today that was actually saw what happened, but unfortunately we don't. So I'm asking you, what did you do?
I
Go
was
ahead.
unaware that it would be somebody other than management or ownership that attended these meetings. That was my bad. I just thought it had to be like us.
Sure. I mean, we don't have guidelines for that, but it's hard for us to figure
I
out
understand.
when no one that's here today actually saw what happened. So my question to you is, after this incident, when the police were called and the place was cleared, or later the night or the next day, as manager or people that were there, what did you do? Did you take notes? Did you interview people? Um, Tell us what you did. Did you file it?
Lonnie, that would
What
be
is
you because I
what is
was
your
in
internal
Florida.
what are your internal protocols?
We do have incidents reports and we do usually ask people. I personally was not there that night because I was away on vacation. Um, so usually I'm there on the weekends to make sure everything is, handled. But I'm not sure only because I just wasn't there. I'm sorry. But Lonnie, do you know if we filled out an incident report or if you just did the police report?
So that night, so the police came in to get the report. So, and so I thought that is all the re because this is very new to me, and I just thought that the police come inside and get the report, and we just have to wait. And I just asked for some people outside for the next day, like whoever know about the situation. And there is some I think I have two customer was outside at the same time with that person outside. And they see that person like give other person just how the way he talk, like he want to bring the problem, he want to start the fight or argument about like he doesn't like the cop, and he have stuff on his back, whatever it is, like it just he not like normal in his mind the way he's speaking. And
How long?
I have two people witness that, but I did not know I had to put that on the report. I'm very sorry. um
So how long have you worked there,
So
Lonnie?
my husband was have a stroke in last March. So this is not so I'm taking over the job.
Okay.
I'm still learning and try to be as much as I can. And my husband has passed away almost 2 months ago. So I try to figure out all the stuff by myself. And this business is very new to me. And Leah always try to help me to learn
And
and do the right thing at the
it
bar.
was kind of hard because when he ran the bar, I just kind of did what he asked. I wasn't super, super involved. So when he had this stroke, me and Lonnie kind of both learned everything kind of from scratch. On I knew the basic stuff like incident report and stuff, but like all the extra stuff we're just kind of learning together on how to manage and run it. But I do have an incident report binder at the bar
Okay.
for people to fill out in situations like this. But I'm not sure if it was, I don't believe it was filled out that night. I'm not even gonna lie.
Okay. That's helpful. I know you're trying to get back on your feet after the death of your husband. You do want to make sure if something like this, and sometimes people do this after every shift, they take notes about what happened. You want to be able to.
Actually, a good idea. I never even thought of that.
And we do ask in the hearing notice to bring people to the hearing that have firsthand knowledge, which I know you do, Lonnie, but you didn't actually see it. So if you are back before us in the future, it's helpful to us to have someone who actually observed what happened to be at the hearing.
Okay.
Neither of you saw it. So I'm sorry, I misspoke. The staff that were working that night, do they all still work there?
Only one of them.
Okay.
No, two of them, Mateo and Albert. And then Phil doesn't work there as much. He maybe does like one shift every once in a while. We have a new karaoke DJ.
Okay.
I don't think Phil was on the report. I don't know why I keep saying him. I know I know he was the DJ that night, but Roberto doesn't work for us anymore. Mateo still works for us. Albert still works for us. And I think that was it. That was named on the report. Correct. I have it right here. I'm sorry.
Commissioner Curran and Commissioner Saxon, do you have any questions?
No questions, maybe just weigh in more in the way of advisement to add to what the chairwoman has said. Today we have a situation where, we have an allegation, but, unfortunately, we don't have the police that were there that night. And unfortunately, the alleged victim is not here. For the reasons stated by the chairwoman, if those people were here, there would be more questions to ask and answer. I don't think you two would be well prepared to answer for what might be said by the alleged victim or the police. So, in the way of defending this allegation, I just don't think you've done enough. It may come to nothing because of the quality of the case against you, but I would just be warned that you need to do a better job.
Noted.
I would say that maybe consider installing cameras on the outside. I mean, if there are any incidences, and we all hope that there are not, that are outside, cameras are a way of helping to understand what happened, and that could potentially absolve your establishment. But having the facts to be clear on camera would be helpful.
Thank you. Are there any further questions from the board? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 2, Facility Concession Services LLC, doing business as Spectrum, located at 89 Guest Street in Brighton. Date of the incident, August 24th, 2025. Large crowd, street concert on an abutting location in violation of Mass General Law, Chapter 138, Section 64. Who is present on behalf of the licensee?
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board, Attorney Green, Kristen Scanlon for the licensee. Also for the licensee are several folks this morning, including Josh Body, who's Senior Vice President, Bowery Presents, the General Manager, Damian Healy, who was present that evening, as well as 2 members of the security team, the 5280 group, who they contract with for this venue, Jason Davies, who was also present that evening, and Haz Ibrahim.
Great, thank you. I only see Mr. Healy and Mr. Davis. Oh, I see Mr. Body now as well. Thank you. I don't see Mr. Ibrahim if he is planning on testifying. If you could please come on camera. In the meantime, I'll ask who is present on behalf of the Boston Police Department.
Sergeant Jeff McGann, District 14.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals with firsthand knowledge of the alleged incident who wish to testify this morning? Can you all please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you, Sergeant McGann. If you could please read the report into the record for the board.
It's about 12:30 a.m. on Sunday, August 24th, 2025. Sergeant McGann conducted a licensed premise inspection at the Roadrunner concert venue located at 89 Guest Street in Brighton. Sergeant McGann was made aware of a large concert tonight at the Roadrunner venue located at 89 Guest Street. Sergeant McGann arrived at 89 Guest Street location and observed over 1,000 people loitering in the middle of the street and on the sidewalks of Guest Street. These individuals were all concert goers who had just attended a concert inside the Roadrunner venue. Sergeant McGann requested the assistance of additional District 14 units to his location for crowd control and increased police presence. Officer Diaz and Officer Vertil responded and assisted with directing traffic and clearing the roadway of the large crowd. Sergeant McGann observed double parked cars and pedestrians occupying the middle of the street, making the roadway impassable for emergency vehicles and transit buses. Sergeant McGann observed a marching-style band loudly drumming in the middle of the street, amping up the large crowd even more. At this time, Sergeant McGann entered the Roadrunner venue and he requested to speak with the manager immediately to conduct a licensed premise inspection. Sergeant McGann directed the manager, identified as Damian Healy, to have his staff members clear out the sidewalk and help disperse the large crowd on Guest Street. The staff members went to work and assisted the officers with vehicle and pedestrian traffic. The officers remained on scene until a large majority of the crowd dispersed from the area. Sergeant McGann issued license premise inspection notice 059181 to the person in charge, General Manager Damian Healy, for the following violation: large crowd and street concert on and abutting the premise. The inspection notice was signed by Healy and issued to him in hand. Healy and his staff members cooperated fully with the investigation and the license premise inspection. Sergeant McGann also inspected the venue's Boston licenses, noting no issues with any of the bar's clearly visible posted licenses.
Thank you very much, Attorney Scanlon. Would you like to address the alleged incident?
Please, Sergeant McGann, just a few questions, if I may. When you happened upon the exterior of the Roadrunner venue, you came upon a large crowd of people on the roadway, correct?
Yes.
And to be clear, you weren't specifically called to the premises because of the crowd in the street, correct?
Correct. Yeah. Yes. So I was there. We were informed that the mayor could make an appearance there early in the night.
Thank you. And by and large, during your time outside the venue, this was a peaceful crowd, correct?
Yes. They were very peaceful.
And as you noted in your report, when you exited your cruiser, you went into the venue to address the crowd with venue staff?
Yes.
And venue staff were cooperative with you at all times in assisting to disperse the crowd?
Yes, fully.
And the crowd was also cooperative with peaceful dispersal as well, correct?
Yeah. With a crowd that large, they don't disperse, momentarily. It took a little while.
But it was a peaceful crowd, no issues otherwise with patrons outside.
Yes, they seem like a jovial crowd.
Okay, thank you very, very much. No further questions, Sergeant. Appreciate that. Madam Chair, members of the board, if I may, to provide some context, the event itself this evening was a post-carnival party celebrating Haitian music, community, and culture. It was actually joined in celebration by Mayor Wu and various members of City Council and the Mayor's office. Earlier that evening, the Mayor was actually joined the artist on stage to present him with a resolution recognizing his efforts in promoting Haitian music and culture. All in all, this was a very peaceful event with no issues to speak of. To provide a bit more context to this particular event, the licensee and Bowery were aware that the artist reached out to a local rah-rah band, which is like a second line in New Orleans. They said they were going to play off stage and take it to the front door, and that's how the event ends. The message was clear from Bowery that the artist had to stop playing at the exit doors. It was confirmed by Bowery that the artist understood this boundary. Obviously here, the licensee does not dispute the facts noted in the police report. Unfortunately, either the message wasn't passed along or was ignored. Staff on hand was prepared for the movement of the band from the stage through the venue to the front door. At that point in time, there were people exiting the venue to depart from the concert, but it was still an ongoing concert at that point. Once the band reached the front door, they continued to play there as expected, but after approximately 5 minutes, they continued on outside. At this point, the team had a judgment call to make. The security team, as I mentioned, Mr. Ibrahim and Mr. Davies, who are here, have well over 20 years of experience working in the industry and specifically entertainment venues. They're used to working with crowd control, large format venues. They had the resources that evening, but in live time, we're thinking of the lesser of two evils, which is really, do they let this band continue onto the street, which they were informed they weren't going to do, they understood they couldn't do, or do they try to confront them in the middle of the vestibule with 3,000 people and create much more of a hazardous situation? Similarly, Mr. Body can testify he's been doing this for 25 years across a number of venues, and this just doesn't happen. It was a bit of an anomaly of a situation in a highly unanticipated event. Security nonetheless followed outside. They do wear high-vis vests, and in the meantime, Mr. Healy, the general manager, can testify that he immediately went backstage to tell the artist team that they needed to get the band to stop. This was obviously not part of the programming, certainly not part of the licensure. The licensee is very well aware of that, and needed to get everyone to come back inside and or disperse. All in all, this happened in about 10 minutes, as noted as well in the sergeant's testimony. It was a peaceful crowd that followed both venue staff and police orders to disperse and move along. But want to reiterate, this has never happened. Some of the New Orleans bands will do it, but they, in their experience, have never had this situation before. And again, they were forced to make a bit of a live judgment call and pick the lesser of two evils here. Of note, they have had this artist before at the venue. This was not something that was in programming. It was something that was understood and addressed. You can't go outside this venue to perform. So it wasn't an artist that was flagged for any reason for anticipated issues. They had the agreement with the parameters in place and had no reason to believe that they wouldn't abide by that agreement. I do think it's worth noting as well that Bowery contracts with over 5,000 artists a year across its venues and have discussions every time of certain things and parts of maybe artist programming and things that are prohibited. They maybe have a problem with an artist once or twice a year. And it really comes down to whether it's a patron safety thing. So again, this was very abnormal for that evening. It was a peaceful crowd, and under the circumstances, they did everything they could do to assist and move the crowd along peacefully, and otherwise had no issues. I know, as I mentioned, the whole team is here and on hand to answer any questions that the board might have regarding this incident.
Thank you for that. We will see if there are any questions at this time. Chairwoman Joyce.
Thank you. So talk to me a little bit. First, we requested a dispersal plan in May. We never received it. So I'm asking you again on the record to send us a dispersal plan. When we voted on a May incident, we had put in the vote that we wanted to get a copy of your dispersal plan. So please send that along.
Will do.
So talk to me a little bit about when you said there was an understanding with this artist that they couldn't go outside. Was that a verbal conversation? Is this in the contract? Are there penalties if they do go outside? What are those penalties? Is it just like, I trust you guys, you've been here before. Tell me about this.
Josh, if you can
Yeah,
chime in on that.
Yeah, I'll speak to that. So with this art, and one bit of clarification, we've had this artist at other venues of ours, not specifically at Roadrunner. So I don't want to misstate that, but we've had that artist before, specifically with this carnival-based event called Bio that was doing that evening. Never had an issue, and the artist has always been up to it. What the artist does with these Bio events during carnivals, they reach out to local artists to include them on this. So in the advance with this artist team, they said we reached out to a local rah-rah group that we brought into the event. We said, okay, no problem. We understand that you want to have them, play at the conclusion of the show, play off the stage. It's like again, horns and drums and that kind of thing. So they play off the stage, bring it to the door. And it was in writing, clearly stated, and they acknowledge only having them play to the front door. And obviously the artist played, went to the front door and continued playing at that point as Kristen mentioned, some of the crowd had already started to move out because it was the tail end of the show. So it all kind of moved along very quickly. And again, to the testimony, once Damien was outside earlier in the evening, saw the band going outside, went back to go communicate with the artist, hey, the Rara band that you reached out to, let's find the point of contact. They can't be playing in the street. It's not the expectation. That was discussed. And then at that point, Sergeant McGann had responded to the site. Damien was coming back out, and we helped disperse the crowd at that point.
Okay, I guess I'm just not clear. So it was just there's no contract that said they couldn't go outside. It's just something you talked about.
It wouldn't have been something that's typically not in our business, a contractual.
Okay,
The behavior is addressed in there. So there is a level of, they have to abide by our policies and everything else. But in real time when that happens, I think Damien's response was to go backstage to go find the primary artist who had just finished up, his manager, and they were responding in that time. So it happened quickly enough that it wasn't a pulling out the contract wouldn't have prevented anything in the moment.
okay. Thank you, Commissioner Curran and Commissioner Saxon.
I think I'm just looking for more clarity on why the band couldn't have been stopped at the vestibule and just requested to cut the music.
Haas or Jason, if you want to speak to that from the security standpoint.
Sure, I can speak to that. So the judgment call was made that when the rah-rah band's coming out, they stop at the door for a few minutes. Now there's people in front of them, there's people behind them, so there's enough of a crowd pack around them that they're surrounded by people. Then they continue out onto the street. So the options are to either fight your way through the crowd, get to the band, try to stop a band who's not complying, and now they have a quote unquote mob of people around them, or let them continue what they want to do. In my experience, an artist that has control of the crowd, they don't want to stop. They're not going to stop. We need to. That's why Damien went backstage to get somebody in charge or someone that could stop them. So we didn't want to get into a conference. Security getting into confrontation with the band is in a confined space could lead to we thought could lead to much larger issues.
But no attempt was made, just even hand signals, anything to get them, just let them know that they needed to stop inside the building.
There was an attempt to stop them, but at that point, they were spread out. It wasn't like they were in a line like you would think a marching band would be. They were spread out amongst the crowd. And I believe they were handing out horns to guests as well to participate. And so it was really difficult to get everyone on board to stop at that point.
Okay, thank you.
No questions from me. Thank you.
Are there any further questions from the board?
I just want to double check. So you don't dispute the facts that the people leaving your licensed premise were occupying the middle of the street, making the roadway impassable for emergency vehicles and transit buses?
They don't dispute the crowd in the street, but it was security and police were out there clearing people so that there wouldn't be a public safety emergency.
Okay.
Thank you. If there are no further questions, then the board will take this under advisement as well. And there was a request made for a dispersal plan. We'll make sure that that is shared with the commissioners when received. Thank you. Calling item number 3, Goosebin LLC, doing business as Medallo, located at 411 Chelsea Street in East Boston. Date of the incident, August 15th, 2025. Assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, patron on patron, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 15A. Who is present on behalf of the licensee?
Attorney Tyler Hensler on behalf of the licensee. Joining me is the manager of record, Louis Maldonado.
Thank you very much. Officer Guadalbarias has already identified himself. Thank you for being with us. Are there any other individuals with firsthand knowledge of the alleged incident who wish to testify this morning? Can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing? Yep, Mr. Maldonado, if you could please keep your hand up. Thank you. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
The truth.
Thank you. Officer, you've already been sworn in. If you could please read the report into the record for the board.
About 1:58 a.m. on Friday, August 15, 2025, officers Guaparilas and Castro assigned to the Goal 101 responded to a radio call for a fight at 411 Chelsea Street, East Boston. Also assisting were the Goal 201, Ortiz Bracco, Goal 425 Alpha, Mahanos, Goal 499, Officer Miranda, Goal 411, Officer Arroyo, Goal 421, Officer Murado, and Goal 904, Sergeant Cabrera. Upon arrival, officers met with the reporter, witness number 1, Carlos Mercado, outside, who pointed in the direction of a group of people walking away, stating, this lady with the yellow dress." As officers attempted to gain further information, 2 unidentified females stepped out of a vehicle and began interrupting the witness, Mercado, screaming, "He's lying." Officers stopped the group from walking away in order to gather more information of what occurred. Witness number 2, Luis Maldonado, had approached officers and stated in Spanish that a lady in a yellow dress had thrown a glass bottle at a person inside the Medallo bar. Witness number 2 had escorted Officer Guaparilas inside the bar, and Officer Guaparilas observed a male profusely bleeding from his head, applying pressure to it with a napkin. Boston EMS 1A27, Bella and McCoy transported the victim to Mass General Hospital for further evaluation. Witness number 1, Mercado, had escorted Officer Guaparilas. The group of people stopped and stated that a verbal dispute had occurred inside the bar over an unpaid tab. Afterward, a female with a yellow dress threw a glass bottle, striking the victim. The officer observed only one female with a yellow dress in the group of people stopped and confirmed with the witness that she was a suspect. Officers attempted to speak with the suspect, identified as Tiffany Matos Recinos. While doing so, other unidentified females in the group began to shield the suspect from officers, causing the suspect to slowly walk away. Based on both witnesses' statements and the victim's injuries, it was determined that the suspect would be placed under arrest. While attempting to arrest the suspect began to resist, running away, flailing her arms, and smacking Officer Miranda in the mouth. The suspect then dropped to the ground, sitting upright and continuing to flail her arms. As officers attempted to de-escalate the situation, the unidentified females in the group began to surround officers, screaming obscenities in attempt to advance towards the suspect. After several more de-escalation attempts, the suspect eventually complied and was placed in handcuffs and transported to District 4 by Goal 425 Alpha Mahanos and the Goal 421 Alpha Morado for booking. Officers spoke to witness number 2, who corroborated with witness number 1 statements. Witness number 2 stated that the amount for the unpaid tab was $274. Witness number 2 stated due to the internet issues, he was unable to provide any video footage obtained by the security cameras. The Goal 904 Sergeant Cabrera issued a license premise violation 022377. Tiffany Matos Recinos will be charged out of East Boston for the following: assault and battery with dangerous weapons, resisting officers, and assault and battery on a police officer.
Thank you very much. Attorney Hensler, would you like to address the alleged incident?
Yes, Officer Guaparilas, I just have one quick question. Were the licensees, staff, employees, their manager cooperative on that night?
Yes, they were all pretty cooperative.
Thank you. That's all I have for the police. So, Madam Chair, members of the board, the events of August 15th in the police report, as described by Officer Guaparilas, are indeed accurate. Shortly before 2 a.m., after last call, and as the bar was closing out all final bills and closing down for the night, essentially, the described woman in the yellow dress, Tiffany Matos Recinos, became upset. Apparently, she was upset over not wanting to pay her bill. In an apparent attempt to avoid paying her tab, she threw a bottle which struck a patron. This was not a fight. There was no lead up or preceding squabble between Miss Matos Recinos and the victim. When she did this, she was immediately escorted out of the premises by the manager of record, Luis Maldonado, who then immediately called the police. The police came and ended up arresting Miss Matos Recinos somewhere down the street from the premises after yet another outburst of violence. Luis Maldonado was there the whole time. He spoke to police that night. It's our opinion that Luis and the Medallo staff did everything that they are supposed to do when a patron violently attacks another without provocation. They called the police and made sure everyone else on the premises was safe by escorting this person off the premises. It was not foreseeable that this person would react to being served their bill with violence. The staff said that she had caused no issues prior to the incident. In the wake of the incident, Luis has held staff meetings addressing the incident and reiterating the licensee's policy to call the police immediately, as happened in this case, if a patron becomes aggressive or violent towards another person. So that has been reinforced. With that, we're happy to take any questions.
Thank you. We'll see if there are any at this time. Chairwoman Joyce.
I have no questions at this time. I might, after the commissioners ask questions.
Yeah, I have no questions as well. Thank you.
None from me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. If there are no questions, then the board will take this matter under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 4, K&K Restaurant Group, Inc., doing business as Estella, located at 49 Temple Place. Date of the incident, August 29th, 2025. Operation after posted hours in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64. Who is present on behalf of the licensee?
Helga George Brandel.
Great. Thank you for being with us. Are there any other individual? No. Who is present on behalf of the Boston Police Department?
Sergeant Detective Gallagher can read it if there's no one here.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals with first-hand knowledge of the alleged incident who wish to testify this morning? I do believe this report seems to have been written by Officer O'Connor, who does appear to be with us. See, Officer O'Connor, are you able to participate in testimony? On mute?
Hello?
Hello, yes, are you with us?
I am.
Great. Are you here, I assume, to testify on this item? This is Estella?
Yes, sir.
Great, thank you. I'm just going to ask you to turn your camera on so that we can swear you in. Thank you very much. Are there any other individuals with first-hand knowledge of the alleged incident who wish to testify this morning? Can you all please raise your right hand? Great. Mr. Brandau, if you could also please raise your right hand for us. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Great. Mr. Brandau, just say I do. Thank you. All right, Officer O'Connor, if you could please read the report into the record for the board.
Sir.
Thank you.
About 2:56 a.m. on Tuesday, August 26, 2025, Officers O'Connor and Payne in the Alpha 102 Alpha responded to a radio call for a disturbance, loud music at Washington Street, Temple Place, Estella Restaurant and Bar, Boston. Upon arrival, officers spoke with the caller, identified as Charnel Scott, who stated that he could hear loud music coming from Estella. The caller, Scott, also stated that Estella was still letting people inside their bar. Mr. Scott stated that after 4 a.m., people are still exiting Estella's and causing fights at times. Ms. Hamadovich stated to officers that, quote, they're going in after 2 a.m. and they're still going in now, end quote. Officers approached the front door of Estella's and made contact with one of the assistant managers, Billy LaCroix, and asked if they were still open and letting people in, and he stated no. When officers asked Mr. LaCroix what time they stopped letting people in, he stated to officers, quote, 1:55 a.m., end quote. Mr. LaCroix then stated, quote, I can get the owner for you. While waiting for Mr. LaCroix to come back with the owner, officers observed one female exit from the door adjacent to the front door of Estella. While out front of Estella, officers shined their flashlight down the stairs and observed a curtain-like material hung over the staircase opening, leading to the basement. Through an opening in the fabric, officers observed multiple faces as well as people's feet. Officers requested a patrol supervisor for a Code 35 license premises violation. Officers asked Mr. LaCroix if there were people in the basement, and he would not give a straight answer. Officers walked down the stairs to the basement, removed the curtain, and observed a basement full of people. Officers observed the basement full of people exit through the back door of the basement and begin to walk up the rear staircase. Prior to exiting the basement with the patrons, officers observed multiple tables with little clear cups on them. While at the rear staircase, patrons were confused as to how to exit the establishment from the staircase, with two women asking if they could leave the premise through the bar's front door, to which officers allowed. Officers then walked up the staircase to the fourth level and ushered over 50 patrons out of the establishment that were huddled on the staircase with clear plastic cups scattered throughout the staircase. Officers watched patrons exit the staircase from the previously mentioned adjacent door located next to Estella. The Alpha 908 Desir arrived on scene and officers notified her of the Code 35 violation. While Sergeant Desir was speaking with the with the other assistant manager, Susan Savarese, officers observed another group of individuals exit the bar's front door. While Sergeant Desir was conducting the Code 35 violation, officers were flagged down by the original caller, informing officers of an active fight at the corner of Washington Street and West Street. Officers responded to the fight call and upon arrival observed no active fight happening, but multiple vehicles stopped in the middle of the street. Phoenix Security pointed out a man in a red t-shirt as the individual who started the verbal altercation. Officers observed multiple people around the altercation as patrons who were personally escorted out of the bar by officers. Sergeant Desir explained to the assistant manager, Ms. Savarese, that the call came in at 2:56 a.m. and their license is a 2 o'clock license. Ms. Savarese explained to Sergeant Desir that, quote, unquote, these people, referring to the patrons in her basement, quote, bum rushed the door. Ms. Savarese stated that she only had one security guard on tonight instead of her usual 5 to 7 security guards, and when she attempted to get the patrons to exit, they ignored her. Sergeant Desir was unable to complete the Code 35 violation due to the establishment's permits, which were located at a height out of reach. Sergeant Desir informed Ms. Savarese that Sergeant Detective Gallagher from licensing would be notified and the Code 35 would be given. It should be noted that there have been numerous incidents regarding this establishment, with the most recent being a call for a person with a gun, which occurred at 2:26 a.m. on Sunday, August 24th, 2025. 41 cameras activated.
Thank you. We have a supplemental report as well. Sergeant Gallagher, will you be reading that in? Oh, sorry, you're on mute right now. Oh, Sergeant Gallagher, you're on mute still.
Sorry about that.
There we go.
Sergeant Detective Gallagher, I'll be reading Detective Kenny Curley's report in. On Friday, August 29th, 2025, about 9:41 p.m., Detectives Curley and Finn, assisted by Detectives Hernandez and Sergeant Gallagher, the licensed premise unit went to Estella, 49 Temple Street, to issue a licensed premise violation number 017448. Detective Curley reviewed the body-worn camera of Officer Shield responding to officers on August 26th at about 3 a.m. Officers responded to a radio call for loud music in the area of Temple Place and Washington Street. Officers were directed to Estella by the security from the Godfrey Hotel. Officers noted a large amount of foot and vehicle traffic on Temple Place for 3 a.m. Officers observed multiple patrons in the basement area of Estella. It should be noted that a large black curtain was used to block the view of the basement from the street. Detective observed on body-worn camera video that at least 67 patrons, all clearly dressed for a night out, were located trying to flee up the back stairwell of the building. Detective observed multiple individuals, both male and female, holding small, clear plastic glasses, most likely containing alcoholic beverage. License premise violation number 017448 issued to operation after posted hours. Management cooperated with detectives and was signed by Mr. Jeffrey Da Silva. And that's Kenny Curley's report.
Thank you very much. Mr. Brandau, would you like to address the alleged incident? Oh, you are on mute right now. There we go.
Yeah, ultimately we failed on Monday. We had an issue on Sunday as well, but we were able to handle it. It was an embarrassment on Monday. So on Sunday, it was Chris Brown's weekend. There was the Celtics were there, NFL players, and several artists. We were able to, there were people that were trying to get in. One who had also a relationship with another patron is who called the cops on Sunday. saying that there was a gun. There was no gun. We were able, with the commotion, we were able to get everyone out by 2:30. We explained to the officers, let them come in, and everyone was good. I even sent a message to Mr. Gallagher, letting him know that, hey, we were able to get everyone out. The next day was a Monday. We weren't expecting it. Again, it was after Chris Brown, the Chris Brown weekend. He was having a show. So people were going in through the side door. There was already an artist in the building. We had failed. I got the call at like 2 something. Hey, we can't get out of it. People are coming in with drinks. People are barging in. We got one security to go out there, which is my cousin, but I couldn't get any more security. That's when I went there. I saw the hotel manager security filming. That's what I told them. We got to get everyone out. The same way they got in, get them out to the side door. And it was just hard doing that with myself and one of the security. I then let Gallagher know of the incident right that day. It was we failed to do so. Here's the issues. We understand how serious it is. I take full responsibility as the owner. It doesn't come out on the promoter or anyone else. We have stopped taking last minute events. We stopped. We've put a latch on the side door where people can't come in. People were just pushing it. They were able to get in. And we have done now a much better job of just getting everyone, no matter if you're downstairs or upstairs or celebrity status or ball player, whatever it is, everyone got to get out at the same time. Usually they feel more comfortable after people leave. They would leave, but we've now got everyone to come out. Hey, everyone got to leave at the same time.
Thank you for that. We'll see if the board has any questions at this time. Chairwoman Joyce.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for explaining what was going on. So just to be clear, you were not expecting a crowd like this on the Chris Brown weekend?
No, it's a Monday. We don't usually get anything on a Monday,
Okay.
Yeah, so it's
Even though, okay.
go ahead.
Couple questions. The curtain that covers the basement, is that always there?
That's usually there if there's a private event.
Okay.
Again, there was one promoter who brings in celebrities, ball players. He usually does that. There's people that want to come down. So
Okay. I have one comment. Mr. LaCroix, when he was talking to the officers, said that they stopped letting people in at 1:55. Is that still your policy?
we usually stop letting people in at 1:30. Like your regulars, they may come in, say hello, but we usually shut the door like 1:30.
Okay,
It's
because
like
your license
it's
is
like a Monday.
Yeah, your license closing hours 2. So in my opinion, it's not good practice to still be letting people in 5 minutes before closing.
I agree.
Okay, so I suggest you retrain your staff so that they all know last person in at 1:30 because you're closing a half hour later.
We have done a training. Our doors are closed at 2:30, even if you see it. Security now goes in. I'm not 2:30, 1:30, goes in and locks the door on there. But again, it's a Monday. It's not a event night. So, that's why it's kind of people go in and out. The security he went in later because I called him and say, hey, they having an issue. I'm finishing up at the office. I'll go right over there. But I'm in Hyde Park, so by the time I got there, it was like closer to 2:40.
Okay.
You know, it's
Yeah.
yeah, we failed and there's no excuses. I apologize. I hope that the board can give me some grace, but yeah, there's just no excuses. We failed on all platforms.
Okay, Commissioner Curran and Commissioner Saxon.
I have no questions. Thank you.
None from me. Thank you.
Thank you. With that, the board
Thank you. I
will take this.
apologize again. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The board will take this under advisement. Calling item number 5, 443 Broadway LLC, doing business as Capo, located at 439 to 441 West Broadway in South Boston. Date of the incident, August 24th, 2025. Assault and battery, patron on patron, inside premise, in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 64, and Chapter 265, Section 13A. Who is present on behalf of the licensee?
Good morning again, Madam Chair, members of the board, Attorney Green, Kristen Scanlon for the licensee, and also with us is Emily Turnbull, who is the acting general manager of the licensed premises and has personal knowledge of the events of that evening.
Thank you. And who is present on behalf of the Boston Police Department?
Officer Noah Presley.
Sergeant Stephen Popolo.
Great. Thank you both. Are there any other individuals with firsthand knowledge of the alleged incident who wish to testify this morning? Can you all please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Who will be reading the report into the record for the board?
I will, Officer Noah Presley.
Great. Thank you very much. If you could please proceed.
About 12:24 a.m. on Sunday, August 24th, 2025, Officer Presley and the Fox 431 Alpha responded to a radio call for an assault and battery in progress at Capo, located at 443 West Broadway, South Boston. Responding units included the Fox K1, Fox 201, Fox 112, Fox 411, Fox 421, and the Fox 906 Sergeant Troll. Upon arrival, officers located the victim, Dylan Clifford, outside of the bar on the sidewalk. The victim stated that he had been assaulted by a male suspect in the upstairs men's bathroom of Capo. He explained that upon entering the bathroom, an unknown suspect struck him in the back of the head with his fist. The victim claimed that he did not know who the suspect was and had not spoken to him at all previously. The victim stated that he heard from other individuals at the bar that the unknown suspect had been acting aggressively with others the whole night. The victim stated that he was escorted outside by bar employees before calling the police. He stated that the suspect fled on West Broadway towards F Street. He described the suspect as a white male and about 5'11", but could not recall the suspect's clothing or other features. Officer Presley asked the victim if he wished to be evaluated by EMS. However, the victim declined. Officers spoke to the bar manager, Emily Turnbull, who was able to provide a photo of the suspect. Based on the photo, the suspect appeared to be wearing blue jeans and a light-colored T-shirt with a rip on the back. The suspect appeared to have dark hair and was wearing white sneakers. Sergeant Troll of the Fox 906 arrived on scene to conduct a license premise check of the business. License premise violation 021530, body-worn camera activated.
Thank you very much. Attorney Scanlon, would you like to address the alleged incident?
Yes, please. Thanks. Officer Presley, just a few questions. That evening when you responded, the victim or the alleged victim here, Mr. Clifford, stated that an unknown suspect hit him in the back of the head, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And this occurred in the men's restroom?
Upstairs men's restroom, yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Clifford stated that he did not know the suspect, correct?
Correct. He did not know him by name.
And that he never spoke to him previously?
Correct.
And the suspect is still unknown to date, correct?
As far as I know.
Okay. While on scene, Mr. Clifford was offered EMS and declined, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Clifford had no visible or notable injuries, correct?
Correct.
And you didn't speak to any witnesses to this alleged assault, correct?
Correct, ma'am. As far as I'm aware, it was just the two of them in the bathroom.
Thank you. And while you were there, Ms. Turnbull, the acting general manager, provided a picture and description of the alleged suspect in this incident, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And at all times were staff cooperative with you while you were at the licensed premises?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much, officer. No further questions at this time. Madam Chair, members of the board, if I may, Ms. Turnbull will testify in a few moments, but first and foremost, this was an unforeseeable incident that occurred, as you've heard so far, in the upstairs men's bathroom at the licensed premises. Ms. Turnbull was working and on shift that evening. She was located not too far from the hallway that has the restrooms upstairs, towards the top of the stairs with two members of the security team when an unknown witness and male patron came out of the bathroom and went up to them and indicated that there was a fight occurring in the men's bathroom. By the time the two male security guards went to the bathroom, within a matter of seconds, no active altercation was ongoing when they got in there. Of note, we did speak to Mr. Scott Aaron, who was one of the security members. He just had a conflict with his day job and was not able to attend the hearing. But as I said, Ms. Turnbull was there and has personal knowledge and can hopefully answer any questions you might have. But Mr. Aaron did indicate no active fight was happening in the restroom. As per licensee's policy, they separate the parties and ask them to leave. They're kind of fact gathering as they're separating the parties and escorting them out to the front door. It wasn't clear immediately what had happened, but quickly learned, consistent with the police report from the alleged victim, that he was punched in the back of the head without provocation. Ms. Turnbull, if I may just ask you a few questions. First and foremost, state your name for the record.
My name's Emily Turnbull.
And what is your position for the licensee?
I'm the general manager.
And how long have you worked there?
For 4.5 years.
You were working the evening in question?
Yes.
And were part of the staff members that responded in assisting to remove these particular patrons from the scene, correct?
Yes.
Do you recall any visible injuries on the alleged victim in this instance, Mr. Clifford?
No.
And the victim also stated to you that he was essentially sucker punched, correct?
Yes.
Approximately how long, all in all, from the time the unknown male patron notified you that there was a fight in the men's bathroom to the time you got outside? How much time transpired?
I can't say for certain, but probably less than a minute.
On this particular evening, were any complaints received by you or any other staff at the premises from any other patrons regarding this particular alleged suspect?
No.
And police responded to the scene in response to this alleged altercation, correct?
Correct.
And you, as the police report indicates, provided a picture to police and hopes to help identify the suspect?
Yes.
Was the suspect still on scene when the police arrived?
No.
Was he, to your knowledge, was he with anybody else that evening that could potentially assist with any information regarding this incident?
Not that I was aware of.
Okay, thank you. Madam Chair, members of the board, further, if I may, just a few more points. There's no video footage. Obviously, this happens in the bathroom. This happened allegedly in the bathroom. They do not have cameras in the bathroom. They have looked and are actively working to put a camera as close as they can to the hallway that won't violate any privacy when the bathroom doors open. So that is an improvement they're looking to make in the vicinity of the restrooms. So we can hopefully have some more information in the hopefully unlikely event that something like this happens in the bathroom again. But as the police report and testimony from Officer Presley, as well as Ms. Turnbull indicates, and the testimony via the police from the alleged victim here himself, this was unforeseeable, and he essentially was attacked unprovoked and suddenly. With no incident. He didn't know the guy, no incident or communication or any verbal altercation with him prior to this incident happening. Nonetheless, staff did respond immediately and, as per policy, separated them, and police were called and cooperated with police in all forms that they could to alleviate this situation. With that said, happy to answer any questions or address any concerns the board might have regarding this incident.
Thank you for that. We'll see if there are any questions. Chairwoman Joyce.
Can someone address in the police report says that this person had been acting like that all night? Did any of the staff see that?
No, Emily can confirm, we did talk to other staff too, but they did, once they saw that police report, interview staff as well. There was no mention or indication from anyone that there was a problematic patron that evening. We don't know who the alleged victim here heard that from, but it certainly wasn't anything that was seen by staff or reported to staff that evening by anybody on premises.
Okay. Thank you.
I have no questions.
Great.
None from me. Thank you.
Thank you. If there are no further questions from the board, then the board will take this matter under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
And calling item number 6, Nua Liquors, Inc., doing business as Walsh Wine and Spirits, located at 388 Washington Street in Brighton. Date of the incident, September 3rd, 2025. Sale of alcohol to person under 21 in violation of Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 34 to 34A, 41, 64, 64A, and Board's Rule 1.08F. Who is present on behalf of the licensee?
Hi, my name is Niroz. I am the manager of the record.
Great, thank you very much. Who is present on behalf of the Boston Police Department?
I am Detective Hernandez.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals with firsthand knowledge of the alleged incident who wish to testify?
Sergeant Detective Gallagher, if need be.
Thank you very much. Can you all please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
I do.
Thank you, Detective Hernandez. You could please proceed with the report from the board.
Good morning. I'm going to read from police report I wrote on Wednesday, September 3rd, 2025. Sergeant Detective William Gallagher and Detective Eddie Hernandez assigned to the BPD license premise unit were monitoring the sale of alcohol to underage patrons at liquor stores. While parked across the street from Walsh Wine and Spirits, detectives observed a female later identified as Elizabeth Danilova walk out of the liquor store with a plastic bag containing 2 bottles of wine. Detectives noticed the female looked young and watched her get into the driver's seat of a motor vehicle parked across the street. Detectives stopped the motor vehicle and asked Ms. Danilova to produce identification to confirm her age. The driver, Danilova, stated that she was under 21 years of age. When detectives asked Ms. Danilova how she obtained the alcohol, which detectives observed her walk out of the store with, Ms. Danilova attempted to provide a mass driver's license while holding on to onto another driver's license. Detectives confiscated the second driver's license, an expired New York driver's license belonging to a Marilla Barkut. Detectives were able to confirm that Ms. Danilova and Ms. Barkut had valid driver's licenses. The passenger in the motor vehicle was also holding the bag with wine, provided the detectives with a photo what appeared to be a valid Russian passport in the name of Diana Lyashchenko. As a result of what detectives discovered, Ms. Danilova will be summoned to the court for forged misuse of RV document and for person under 21 possession of alcohol. Ms. Lyashchenko will be summoned to court for person under 21 possession of alcohol. Ms. Barkut will be summoned into court for assisting person under 21 purchase alcohol and misuse of an RV document. As a result of what was discovered, Sergeant Detective Gallagher issued license premise inspection notice 020601 to Walsh's Wine and Spirits liquor store for service of alcohol to persons under 21 years of age. The person in charge, Mr. Nero Shrensnout, signed for and accepted the notice. It should be noted that the establishment uses a license verification program. Detective asked the clerk to scan the New York license, and it scanned as an expired license. So,
thank you very much. Mr. Shrestna, would you like to address the alleged incident?
Yeah, at that time I was working and the girl came in and she took the 2 bottle of wine. I scanned the ID, it was expired and it seems like me to overraise. So my scanner says a license expired, it's okay to sell. So that's why I thought it's okay. It seems like I messed the picture and her face, but it seems like same to me. And that's why I sell to her. And I don't know she have another ID because I cannot ask for another ID. Well, she just gave me one ID and I scan is okay. So that's why I just sell her.
Thank you. We'll see if there are any questions for you, Chairman Joyce.
How long have you worked there?
Almost 5 year.
Okay. So did you participate in our informational hearing in
Yeah.
2023?
Yes.
Okay. I don't have any questions. Commissioners, do you?
Yeah, this is my first time. I never said like an expired ID, and this is my first time, so I thought it's going to be okay. So,
Did you say you're not allowed to ask for a backup ID?
but it's like more than 25 years, so that's why I didn't
Is
ask.
that a rule that you have?
Sorry?
What do you mean you're not allowed to?
No, no means like if the license is okay and it's more than 25 years old, I didn't ask for the backup ID. If there's a less than 25 years, we ask for the backup ID.
And you didn't think it made sense to ask for one here?
Yes, for that time.
Okay. All right, I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I think you know what you should have done. Commissioners, do you have any questions?
Yeah, just you can ask anyone for backup ID if there's any doubt. I mean, they look young, and you don't have to serve them if you have any doubt. So that's all I have.
Yeah,
Thanks.
sure.
No questions.
Oh, I think Sergeant Gallagher has a comment.
Just so we realize, expired ID is not an ID. So I mean, it's scanned as expired. I mean, you can't drive a car with it. You can't get on a plane with it.
Good point.
Sell alcohol with it. So expired's not an ID. Once that expired, that should have been it.
Yeah, now I know that expired doesn't work.
Sure, and just a comment from me, like I think your location and its proximity to colleges and college bars, and people who would have fake IDs, I think you should really, really be putting some other measures in place for your protection because you will end up losing or having to shut down on a very busy night when you don't want to. So making these decisions to accept something like an expired license, like the sergeant said, it seems foolish and not like a good business plan. I think you should really tighten things up. I think it's well known that Brighton attracts college kids and the majority of the college population is underage. So I
Yeah,
would
we are
say it
doing
behooves you to get better at what you're doing because you don't seem to be doing a great job right now.
Yeah, we're doing very tight on that. Last year, the sergeant was here. They didn't find any violation at that time. And like I said, when we get the ID detector, like 95% of the college kids doesn't come anymore.
Mhm.
And we didn't find like any like other students. They didn't come anymore. Like 95% they reduced to come in.
Okay.
Thank you. Are there any further questions at this time? Okay. Thank you. With that, the board will take this matter under advisement as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Those are all of the items before the board this morning, and the board is set to vote on Thursday, November 20th at 10 a.m. Notice has been posted to the city's website. That will adjourn this morning's hearing. Thank you all and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.